I donated sperm because I was broke. In just 2 years, I donated more than 690 times, almost once every single day, and made around $24,000. Looking back, I guess I practically had Superman's genetics. I kept the whole thing a secret for years. Then 20 years later, I got sued. That's when I found out my donations had led to 533 successful pregnancies. I was the biological father of more than 500 children. Even crazier, 142 of them wanted to know who I was, so they filed a joint lawsuit demanding my identity be revealed. My mind was completely blown. Thankfully, every donation had been protected by a confidentiality agreement. As long as I stayed out of the spotlight, nobody would ever know my identity. My lawyer handed me an envelope containing the profiles of all 142 kids. I wanted nothing to do with it. The second I got home, I threw the envelope straight into the trash, but curiosity has a way of winning. Who could resist opening 142 mystery boxes? So I reached into the trash, grabbed the envelope, pulled out one random profile, and opened it. My jaw dropped. My son was a professional soccer player. That had been my dream since I was a kid. I bought a ticket to one of his matches and watched him destroy defenders before scoring the winning goal. I don't think anyone in that stadium was cheering louder than I was. Still riding that excitement, I went home and opened another profile. This time it belonged to a coffee shop barista. I walked into the cafe, ordered a coffee, and had my very first conversation with my son. I was nervous. He wasn't. In fact, he barely seemed interested in talking to me. After asking around, I discovered he actually dreamed of becoming an actor. There was an audition happening that very day, but his manager had forced him to work overtime. He couldn't risk skipping work. If he failed the audition, he'd lose his job and have nothing. I walked back to my car feeling crushed. Not all of my children were living the lives they deserved. That's when I realized I couldn't just stand by. I walked back inside, handed him my car keys, told him to go chase his dream, and offered to cover his shift. He looked completely confused, but for some reason, he trusted me. The moment he drove away, his manager showed up. Because he'd abandoned his shift, he got fired. I felt sick. I was convinced I'd ruined his life. So I waited outside wondering how I was ever going to explain myself. Then he came running back. He got the role. His acting career had officially begun. That moment changed everything. I decided I would meet every one of my children as a stranger. If they were doing well, I'd stay out of their lives. But if they needed help, I'd quietly step in without ever telling them who I really was. My children were everywhere. A lifeguard, a nail technician, a tour guide, a model, a street performer. And thanks to my genetics, they were all ridiculously good looking. I started secretly looking after them one by one. When my model daughter wore an outfit that attracted creepy guys, I followed nearby and called out every creep I saw. My lifeguard son hadn't rescued anyone in so long that people barely noticed he existed, so I pretended to drown just to give him a chance to save someone. My street performer son couldn't gather a crowd, so I became his biggest fan, clapping louder than anyone and convincing strangers to stop and throw money into his hat. My nail technician daughter's business was slow, so I walked in, pretending to be gay, and asked for the most glamorous nail set she had. My tour guide son had 0 customers, so I kept showing up alone and taking the exact same tour over and over. Eventually, he started thinking I was some weird old guy obsessed with him. Then one day, while pretending to deliver a pizza to one of my daughters, I found her lying on the floor, convulsing from a drug overdose. I rushed her to the hospital and saved her life, but the doctors wanted to send her to rehab. She begged me to pretend to be her father and sign the paperwork so she wouldn't be committed. She told me she'd only just started using drugs. She wasn't addicted. She promised she'd never touch them again, and she'd show up to work on time. The next morning, I waited. Minute after minute passed. She still hadn't shown up. I started wondering if I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. Then, she walked through the door, right on time.
Yes,